Well, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales is our first letdown of the summer. So I guess I'm in the minority, but I liked the first one and loved the second one. The second one, Dead Man's Chest, is my favorite. And I think 3 is also really good. And I think 4 is the only one that's only okay. I'm really disappointed. I feel like I have been cheated and lied to. I have been sleuthed, duped, hoodwinked. The primary issue with this movie is that it does not match the tone of the trailers at all. Not even close. You know the first trailer where Javier Bardem, Captain Salazar, is just sorting people left and right, and there's this super awesome organ music playing, and it's really intense and menacing and cool, and there's this really neat CGI effect because he's, this kind of smoky, inky looking dude, and it's mostly cool, intense, ghostly, almost kind of horror stuff, with just a little bit of humor. And then he's like, would you say that to him for me? Please. Like, that's what Pirates should be. I think that's what Pirates should be. It should be mostly serious with just a little bit of quirky comedy here. The tone of that trailer is exactly what I wanted, and so was the Super Bowl one with the Johnny Cash song playing. It was really, really cool. And completely absent from the movie. Dead Men Tell No Tales is a damn cartoon. Remember in The Fast and Furious, I am going nowhere good with this. In the 5th one, where they have the bank vault and they have the 2 Dodge Chargers with cables pulling it around the streets and it's completely impossible. Think that, except instead of 2 several hundred horsepower cars, you have 8 horses, and not only are they pulling a bank vault, they're pulling the house that the bank vault is in. And it looks like a damn parade float. It's like on wheels carting around the city, staying in one piece, separating completely cleanly from the buildings next to it. And it was ridiculous. And it's like, okay, so they spent millions of dollars paying set decorators and production design people and stuntmen and horse riders. Then they built all these houses and they paid people to decorate them, and they have all these extras everywhere. Millions upon millions of dollars for a 10+ minute scene for one joke. That's the kind of priority that this director has, and that's the kind of movie that you're in for. The movie wastes so much time on so many dumb little things like that, and hops around from here to there. I guess this is probably what people mean when they say a movie is choppy, or it doesn't flow well, or the pacing is bad, but literally the first half of this movie is just people getting in jail, escaping from jail, getting caught again, almost getting executed, and escaping from jail over and over and over again, hopping from boat to boat to boat without any progress in the story whatsoever. The movie starts off with Henry and Karina looking for the Trident of Poseidon, and by the end of the movie, that does not change. There are no surprises, there are no twists, nobody's plans are trash, or they're like, wow, I did not expect that coming, and now we gotta improvise, now we gotta do something else, we gotta make this work somehow. I mean, they do in the sense of escaping and pulling on ropes and swinging around, but not in sense of planning out a story. Not in a sense of plot structure. This movie also completely misses the point of Jack Sparrow.
There should be a captain in there somewhere.
This movie also completely misses the point of Captain Jack Sparrow. Yes, we know he's kind of a whimsical, kind of off-kilter kind of character, but he's not just a dumb, drunk, bumbling idiot. I mean, he's a little bit. But he's also got, a cleverness to him, a wittiness to him. He's always outsmarting people. He's always got some kind of ulterior hidden motive, and he's always, surprisingly intellectual by the end of the movie. That is completely lost in this movie. He is stone drunk the entire film. He's not some skilled swordsman or marksman. He's a guy that's got his body half stuck in something and just wildly, randomly flailing around and accidentally killing people. He's Jar Jar Binks, and he's not even the main character in the movie. Really, he's only along for the ride. He has no vested interest in the Trident of Poseidon whatsoever. He's just following Henry and Karina on their quest, and Captain Salazar just happens to also be looking for him. One of the only things I liked about this movie was Karina, because she's hot, and I like looking at her, and I feel bad about saying that now. It's even in the title of the movie, though. Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales. The movie has the word death in the title. It's not called Pirates of the Caribbean, Captain Jack's Quirky Adventures. The movie focuses on comedy and slapstick so much that it makes it impossible to take anything seriously. Something else I can say for the movie is that Javier Bardem as Captain Salazar was great. He was awesome. The CGI effects on him are cool. I love what he did with his voice. He's got a funny look in his eye, and he walks funny because his leg is messed up, so he really carries himself on screen. He is certainly a presence. Jeffrey Rush, Barbossa, as always. Great fun, a lot of charisma on screen. I'm always paying attention when he's on screen. He's even got the costume design and the production, the effects, all that stuff's great too. He's got this like really wide hat that goes out past his shoulders and this cape, and he's like moving on, you know, because he's got a peg leg from the last movie, and it just looks so cool. No one's gonna say they half-assed this movie. The effects and the production are all extremely well done. There is a metric shit ton of CGI, and it gets a little crazy at the end, but there are a lot of really cool shots of like these pirate ships lifting up out of the water, and they're like shooting out and then landing in the water, and the work that they do with these pirate ships is really, really cool when it happens again. So there's also some glorious shots. Alright, so the movie isn't actually filmed in IMAX, but it is expanded to the 191 frame for the entire movie, so you'd be none the wiser. If you see it in IMAX, I assume. I don't know if it happens in a regular theater. I did not see it in a regular theater. I saw it in IMAX, so someone else can get back to me. But in IMAX, it uses the expanded tall frame the whole time, which I'm extremely thankful for, and I don't know why every single movie doesn't do that. But there's this amazing, glorious shot at the beginning of Captain Salazar's ship and like 5 pirate ships around, and they're all firing cannons at each other, and there's smoke going and stuff is exploding. It is beautiful. But it lasts like 4 seconds, and then it's never seen again in the whole movie. Captain Salazar's ship like opens up with like ribs and teeth underneath it. It looks like the gaping dragon from Dark Souls, like straight up. And it will like eat and land on and fall on and like smash other ships, and that's cool. But it does not happen nearly enough. We get so little of that. The soundtrack of the movie, too, is so phoned in. Hans Zimmer did the film scores for Pirates 1, 2, 3, and 4, but he did not do 5. And I don't know who did 5, but he did a shitty job. It uses the Pirates theme, you know, the ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It uses that, like, every 5 minutes. There is no new music, no new themes. It is so lazy. Salazar should have had his own theme. Think Kai from Kung Fu Panda 3, where every time he shows up, the movie goes dun da da dun, dun da dun, dun da da dun, when he's twirling the little God of War blades. When he was on screen, he was menacing and he meant business, but he was not on screen enough. The movie chose to devote far too much of its time to comedy slapstick that made no sense. And the British are complete dumbass morons too. But there's this part where Henry and Karina are in an infirmary and they both magically vanish and nobody saw them, and it's like, dude, there were 40 people in that room. Dead Men Tell No Tales has taken Pirates, the super successful, super exciting, super huge in scope, huge in scale, with great characters, with great action, great lore, great stories, and has demoted it to childish, turn-your-brain-off, swashbuckling nonsense. It rehashes so much from the previous movies. There's another undead army, there's another captain after Jack Sparrow, again, and the only thing I'm going to remember about this movie to set it apart from the other 4 is Captain Salazar, Karina, and the fact that it sucked. I'm going to give Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales, a 4 out of 10.
You suck!
Man, I'm so disappointed. See, my happiness is completely tied to the quality of the entertainment I experience, so I'm gonna be depressed like this whole next week, and it's because of Pirates of the Caribbean. Fortunately for me, all my rum is not gone. I know this is whiskey, alright? I'm not retarded. What kind of a moron would I be if I couldn't tell the difference between rum and whiskey? Rum. Good thing, too, because I'm gonna need it to wash away how awful this movie was. I think I'm gonna cry. Don't worry, Logan. I still have you. I just spilled rum chata on my tie.